Okay, guys, so I got some administrative stuff to do, but I'll do that at the end of the video. I just want to take a moment to be a little pedantic about psychological terms that are used loosely in everyday conversation, but usually used incorrectly, even by some experts themselves in respective fields relating to mental health and hygiene. But the first one is insanity, which is just overused. For one, that's not a mental health term or psychological or psychiatric term. It is a legal term, which refers usually to a defendant who purportedly can't distinguish right from wrong, um, based on maybe um, underlying mental health problems or some sort of detachment from reality, whether temporarily you know or long term. But that's not a psychological term. Okay, uh, the field has much more precise terms to define all aspects of psychopathology. Okay, and another thing, insanity is not the doing of the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. That's what you call learning. Duh. Um, you do homework over and over again to practice at academic skills to become better at them, to which you get tested. You practice your sport, your martial arts, your music, um, your art over and over again to get better at it for tournaments, recitals, competition, those sorts of things. Uh, I don't know how that became defined as insanity, but that's just one of those cliches that's just clearly wrong. Most cliches tend to be false under scrutiny anyway, which is why you shouldn't appeal to traditional wisdom. But that's a different topic. But in any case, sanity is not a psychological term; it's a legal term, and it's not the repetition of doing things over and over again. That's what you call rote learning. Okay. Um, Now, the other thing is the confusion between psycho psychopathy, sociopathy, and being psychotic. So being psychotic isn't really used anymore, at least not in a clinical sense. It's still used. Um, it's still used, but it's not used in a clinical sense anymore. What it used to mean was referring to someone suffering severe mental illness, as opposed to a neurotic who suffered mild to moderate mental health illness, which used to be summed up in the psychological joke that whereas neurotics are afraid to come outside, psychotics are outside building castles in the sky. Okay, which is a Kafkaesque sort of reference to those who know about Franz Kafka type books. But anyway, so this person who is the psychopath isn't necessarily psychotic, which may surprise a lot of folks, but they're not actually detached from reality, or at least not necessarily. So there are some psychopaths who are also psychotic. So you get into discussions of the Joker. Is he truly crazy or psychopathic or psychotic or sociopathic? Yada yada yada. And we already talked about insane isn't a thing for a psychologist to really distinguish. That's for the lawyers. Um, but whether he's criminally insane, obviously, so um, it's a question whether he's a psychopath, right? But um, it seems so. Whereas with Harlequin, I don't know, they're going to do an origin story of her. She seems more of a sociopath, so I understand. So I'll explain the difference. Psychopath seems more or less a condition that you may have been born with an innate type of attribute or personality. Okay, whereas sociopathy is more of a learned dysfunction. Now can be they both have overlapping symptoms and so forth. Whereas just those just a clear just disregard for other people, as far as their safety, their feelings, their whatever. Like a psychopath just really doesn't care what about other people, sort of like corporations. And I'm not even joking, because there is an actual variant of psychopathy for corporate executives, which is called corporate psychopathy. But I don't want to delve into that. But yeah, psychopathy might be a condition that you were just perhaps born with, unfortunately, which makes you just very cold towards other people, but can still work within the confines of reality, unless you have some other comorbid mental health conditions that go along with it, which sometimes does happen. But again, sociopathy is more of a learned condition. It's not something that you may have been born with. Again, they may also have comorbid conditions as well that may be psychotic, but they're not a psychopath. The psychopath was born that way. The sociopath became that way, which can get into a whole bunch of Batman type stuff, which I would love to go into, but not right now. Then a term that's used wrongly, even by experts in the health field, is tends to be when people refer to psychosomatic disorders, which are also called psychophysical disorders. They're usually referred wrongly in a sense to people who have seemingly mental, excuse me, not mental, medical conditions that, but don't have any physical, but don't show any actual physical like symptoms of these diseases. But that's wrong. Psychosomatic or psychophysical disorders are actually real medical disorders, which display themselves with mental health problems. What most people are talking about when they're talking about psychosomatic disorders are usually actually somatoform disorders, which are mental health problems that may display themselves as physical ailments. And there's many different versions of that when you talk about stuff like Munchausen syndrome and moral panics and stuff like that. Those are your somatoform disorders. Psychosomatic disorders are real medical conditions that can often be exacerbated by stress and come off in forms that in mental distress for the people suffering from them, like ulcers and cancer, stuff like that. Those can be psychosomatic disorders. Those are medical disorders that are also causing people mental health issues as well. So I hope that clears some things up. Now for the administrative stuff. So guys, I'm not gonna beg for money in every video, but I have made it displayed now where you can see that I am asking for like donations and stuff like that. I have the Patreon up, which I will be putting some content up there that's not on the regular channel. Not because it's like spicy or anything. I wish, but it might just not be conducive to getting the clicks that I like on YouTube. So I may display it on Patreon. Okay, so you can subscribe to my Patreon page and help me out. Like Poor Man Podcast says, the HBO special will help a brother out. I'm not gonna steal his line because that's awesome. That's Poor Man Podcast is a great channel, by the way, in the Black Manosphere. And yeah, his HBO special is that's pretty tough. I like that. Now I'll just say, hey, if you want to help me out, like I said, I got the Patreon. You can also buy me a coffee. I have that up, and I literally do love coffee. So if you give me money, chances are I really will go to coffee. I drink coffee before I run or work out. Okay, because I don't do the protein shake thing or get roided up or you know anything like that. The DHEA stuff like that. Or the creatine. Sorry, I don't use any of those products, but I will use coffee often. So you can buy me some coffee, okay, if you like. And if you don't believe me, buy me some coffee. I will drink it here on the video. You might hear me slurping, but hey, I love coffee. I'm sorry. Particularly iced coffee. I love iced coffee, all right? Even if it's the dead of winter, you'll still see me drinking iced coffee. Seriously. So if you want to buy me some coffee, please do. I also have my Cash App up. The Venmo is up. Okay. PayPal, that's available. You can do those things. And like I said, you can always reach out to me in the comment section or on Instagram or Facebook. I have those up as well. So if you want to reach out to me outside of YouTube, I do have the Facebook channel. Okay. I mean, excuse me, the Facebook page and the Instagram page. And you can talk to me on the Patreon as well. You can, send a few dollars my way, a few pesos, okay, or buy me a coffee, or send me something for the PayPal, okay. Again, I'm not gonna do that in every video, and no shade to the guys who do, because the ones who do it pretty well. Like I said, again, Poor Man Podcast, shout out to him. Like he said, he has the HBO special. Help their brother out. Check out his channel. Subscribe to him. You know, watch his content. Send him a few pesos his way. So, if you want to send a few my way as well, hey, that's what's up. Okay, that'll help me keep with the hats, or buy my coffee, or keep me doing my Muay Thai, since I'm a Nak Mai Farang. Okay. Which just means foreign boxer. Okay. But yeah, keep me doing my martial arts, keep me doing my 10 kilometer runs every day. Help me out, keep the hoodies going. Make Mrs. Just A Contrarian happy too. She likes to travel, so I like posting her stuff. Send me some money so I can post more of her travel stuff. All right. And if somebody wants me to do something on video, let me know. Like if you want me to show you some sort of martial arts, that's cool. If you want me to go into some nerdy stuff, I will. If you want me to show more of my toy collectibles, that's cool as well. I'm gonna do that anyway. Okay. But yeah, like I said, all of those are there at the channel. You'll see them above. Okay. Or you can go to my about and see those things, where you can click on those and send me a few pesos. All right. So, if you do, that's great. If not, that's cool as well. You can just enjoy watching me rant on on different topics, and you can like and subscribe as well. All right. So cool, cool stuff. All right. Cool beans. Take it easy, guys.